that's not something that we need to, shut our eyes at. That's not very important. Whether this bill passes or not, this passes or not, that's something we ought to have. Now, when you ask what we can change, what we can do, how can we meet in the middle,
Yes, sir.
Really, that's what you're asking, right?
Yes, sir.
Instead of passing it tomorrow and voting on it, wait 6 months, get a handful of the shop owners, put them on a committee with you. Roll it out for 6 months, mock rollout. A mock what?
Because if it's not in law, we can't make anybody do it.
Well, no, that's good faith effort. You're talking about good faith
yes.
effort. Good for faith effort. 2 years ago, you guys started this. How many of these shop owners were invited to be on a committee? How many?
Not in here, you're right. But there were shop owners,
okay.
yes.
So, we're shop owners.
That are here, but I'm just saying, no, not
we're shop owners, okay?
Right.
We're a very, very small voice. I'm sure that there's a bunch at home washing their hands with soap, getting all that grease from underneath their hands and underneath their nails right now that don't know about this. That if they did know, they'd be here right now.
Okay.
I'm sure of it. So, again, why not hold off 6 more months? You've already been doing it for 2 years, they ain't been able to agree. 6 more months ain't gonna kill nobody. Assign some shop owners to help. Body guys, collision repair guys, automotive repair guys, the tow guys, everybody that's going to be involved with this, and say, hey, let's put our heads together. What do you guys see wrong with it? I mean, that's 6 months. Like I said, you're voting on it tomorrow. Everybody feels rushed. Everybody's aggressive at it. Nobody is going to do this walking into it being forced. Right. Nobody is. Then you're going to be left with 6 months from now writing a whole bunch of tickets because nobody understood it. I am sorry, but I'm going to tell you right now that I firmly believe there's a lot of guys that are not going to be able to follow all the files.
Okay.
They may not be as computer savvy as some of us. Some of these other guys, maybe a little bit more old school, might not have those skills. Is it in Spanish anywhere? For those of us that, that only speak Spanish?
Right.
No, but we're voting on it tomorrow.
It will be, but yes, you're right.
Wednesday. Well, Wednesday. Yeah, but see what I'm saying? We're voting on it Wednesday, but yet it's not in Spanish, and yet it's not even online where we can go look at it right now. Or at least we don't know yet whether it is or not. But we're voting on it Wednesday. So it just makes no sense to me. Like everybody was saying, if it's not on paper, it don't happen. I come from an industry. If it's not on paper, it don't happen. It didn't happen. So to the point, you want a lot of our stuff on paper. Agreed. We'll get everybody's information. Everybody's probably already doing it now. That's how we call them. Okay? They're probably doing it now. But you're not saying that you're going to give us a 6 months clause or a 6 months leeway if we forget to write the VIN number.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you're saying that verbally. So we got these video cameras on that would have to go to playback, but it's not on paper.
Well, let me just tell you this.
No, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to be funny, but
I know you're not.
But it's not on paper. It's not in the ordinance.
And what you're saying, but the bottom line is that I have council members here.
Yes.
I'm not going to sit here and say something and lie to you about it's going to be 6 months. I have my captain here. It's her division.
Yes,
she can do that.
So
what I'm telling you is that if we tell you 6 months, we have a representative from the mayor's office. It's going to be 6 months, and it's going to be a review in 6 months, that if these things that are put into place don't work, we can change them. But it's like I told everybody, it doesn't matter how many times we all sit down in this room, we're not going to agree on, like you said, you say insurance good, they say insurance bad. We say get signed, somebody will say, I don't want to get signed. That's going to happen. 4,000 business owners are not going to agree whether we sit down another 6 months, another year, another 2 years. It's not going to happen. But what we try to do is not hurt anybody. And that's why we put the 6 month clause in so that we can get with groups like yours on this side of town. Because every side of town has a different set of problems. So what fits you on this side of town may not fit Southwest Houston. Might not fit North Houston.
So why wouldn't it be a simple idea to put those groups, 10 business owners out of each section like you're talking, and run with them for the next 6 months? Walk in our shoes for 6 months.
Okay, so what's wrong with this? Just like your scenario, what's wrong with mine? If it passes on Wednesday, what's wrong with getting those same groups and walk through it and then we just amend it in 6 months?
Well,
how is that going to hurt?
Because the way it works, and correct me if I'm wrong, once it's passed, it's a lot harder to get it unpassed than what gets passed. saying wait the 6 months, and
Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm keep kind of going back to it. Wait 6 months, get everybody else's involvement, get everybody back on board, and say, hey, help us merge this, help us make this a success. Because I'm assuming that what other cities doing this?
Like, they have states that have it.
Yeah, but as far as
There's no one in Texas.
no one in Texas.
No one in Texas.
Outside of Texas, anybody else?
I'm sorry.
Outside of Texas, anybody else?
Yes, there's other states. Florida has a law.
Dade County, Florida.
Dade County, Florida? Is that one?
Well, Florida state is regulated. The whole state has a state law.
So we're just going to regulate Houston.
So
just
what
Houston.
since we can't go on and on, I will tell you this, okay? I definitely think that we can still work together on it. So let's try to do that. If it doesn't pass, we can do what you say. If it does pass, we still can do it. We still have that same 6 months.
Well, yeah, I agree. I think if it doesn't pass, we still need to do something needs to be put in place. I agree with that.
Okay.
But give us the opportunity to work with you.
Right.
No problem.
Eric, thank you. You had some very key points. Thank you, sir. Just a reminder, this ordinance has been online since it was first brought to council as backup material. The agenda item numbers changed, but it has been online. We do have a translated version of the ordinance. Gracie Garces from office has it. Now, it's not an official translation. We asked for this a week ago. We just got it, but we have something in case somebody wants to read it in Spanish.